This is Real Estate Masters Group. This is our talk show. It's our first time. Our first segment is going to be on finance. I'm Tina Jan, and this is April Schmidt-Barrios. This is Ben Escalera, and we have a lot to talk about today. Starting off, let's go with Ben.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about down payments, and you specialize in Spanish speakers.
I do. I'm going to say it in English and in Spanish. What I'm going to talk about in Spanish is that down payment needed to purchase a property. There's two types of loans, generally FHA loans, first-time home buyers. You need about 3.5% down. If you're looking at a $200,000 home, you're looking at roughly around $7,000 that you need in down payment money. Very important that that money needs to be in the bank 2 months prior, or for at least 2 months, because they will check your bank statements. For a conventional loan, usually 5% down. So once again, a $200,000 house will be around $10,000 that you would need. So here we go in Spanish. Para todos los que hablan español, yo me llamo Benjamín Escalera con Real Estate Masters. Me gustaría platicar acerca de el dinero que se necesita para comprar una propiedad de entre. El dinero de entre, típicamente para una propiedad de $200,000, si es primer comprador, necesita 3.5% del costo de la propiedad. Una propiedad de $200,000 necesitaría como $7,000 de entre. Para una propiedad usando un préstamo convencional, si no es el primer comprador, usa un préstamo convencional, $200,000 necesitaría como $10,000 para comprar esa propiedad de entre. Es muy importante que tengan ese dinero en el banco por lo menos 2 meses, así podremos hacer ese dinero y puede calificar con ese dinero. That's about it.
That was really helpful.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people come into our office and they do ask about how much do I need for a down payment. That's probably one of the major questions that we get.
Question,
yeah, that's usually, so that was really helpful. Thank you so much, Ben.
That was great.
Next up, we have April Schmidt-Barrios. You're going to be talking about how to fix your credit scores, what to do to keep a good credit score.
Right. A lot of people, unfortunately, aren't able to have the perfect credit score. Some of them are a little bit credit challenged, but that doesn't mean that you can't own a home. A lot of people come to me, and I've helped many people over the years improve their credit score, and it's really rewarding to me when they actually are able to buy that home. Some of the things you can do to improve your credit score is first to know what your credit score is and what you've done that has made it fall. It's really important to make your payments on time, and even if you haven't been making your payments on time, it's so important to start today. There's no day like today. Just start today. Make the payments on time and start taking responsibility for your finances. An important thing to do when you do have these credit cards is to keep your balances low. If you have a credit card that's $500, then you really should never have a balance over $250 on these credit cards. Optimal use of the credit would be 30% or lower. Mm-hmm. So keeping your payments on time, not using all your credit up is the best way. And then length of credit. The longer you have it, the more valuable it is to you. New credit, if you can get a new credit card, that's great. Don't go out and charge this card up. Keep the balance low, keep the payment on time.
And I think that's what most people do. They get a credit card and they max it out.
Max it out.
But in reality, you said 30%, right? It's where you want to keep it at.
And ideally, you need to have 3 trade lines in order to buy a home. And they have to be, a little bit older. You can't go out and get a credit card and expect us to be able to get you a home the next day. And a lot of people do that. But the ones that have come to me and they've allowed me to help them, it's been very rewarding. We've helped them get there. And some of those people are now in homes. And some of them will come and say, hey, I got a 700 credit score now. And they're so proud of themselves. And I just really enjoy helping them be able to do this.
I think I remember a time recently that you were helping kind of a young couple who were buying a home, and they discovered some things on their credit scores, and you were actually able to help them settle those and get rid of them and improve their credit score.
Yeah, they did come in to me, and we went through the credit report and determined if it was something that indeed was, and most of it was his, and he was able to sit down and he was able to call the credit bureaus, and some of them were higher, and he was able to get a deletion letter, which if you can get a deletion letter, most of the time you have to pay the debt in full to get the deletion letter, but deletion letters are just so valuable. That's just like an awesome thing that can happen. But yeah, he was able to get 6 deletion letters actually, and then the rest of it he was able to settle. A lot of times the debt, you know, if you owe $500, they'll take some kind of settlement, maybe 70, maybe 60%, just depends on the different creditors.
That's good that there's ways that people can solve those issues. Some people think that it's just like a done deal. There's no solution.
Follow them for life.
Yeah,
right?
and that's not the case.
That's not the case. In fact, it took us about 3 months with him before his score was high enough to be able to buy again. So I was really excited for him. And some of them, I have some clients we've worked a year. And they worked so hard, and now they're in their homes and stuff, but it's really rewarding.
What about when you're currently buying something, you're in escrow as a buyer, and then they try to, get furniture, get refrigerators?
Oh, no.
Is that a no-no?
That is a huge no-no.
Okay.
And a lot of people make this mistake, so don't you make that mistake. When you are in escrow, do not close out any existing credit. Do not open any new credit. And certainly don't go out and buy yourself a whole house full of furniture the week before escrow closes, or get a Home Depot card, or buy a new car. Don't do any of these things. Wait until you close escrow and you have the keys to your home before you do these things, because it can mess up your debt ratio, and then you won't be able to afford the home, or it can really drop your score. Even closing a credit card out so that you can no longer use it anymore, it can drop your score significantly. So you just don't do anything with your credit when you're actually in escrow.
Good. Okay, well, that was our finance section for today. Have an awesome day from Real Estate Masters Group in Beaumont, California.